6 years ago, I found myself at a crossroads. I was 32 years old and I was stuck in a career that I was totally unfulfilled in, yet I didn't know what to do, how to get out of it. And the reason I was stuck is because I was taught, that was drilled inside of me, that an education is the best way. And nothing's wrong with an education, but if you're in a field that you're not happy with and you're making the money, then happiness is actually more important than the money. Money is important, yes, we need it to live, and we need lots of it to have an abundant life. But if you're not happy along the way, then to me, what's the whole point of all of it, right? So at some point, I had to take stock and ask myself, well, how did I get here? And I realized it was the choices that I made. I chose to follow what my parents wanted. I chose to follow what society wanted, but I never stopped to ask myself, what kind of life do I, Kamitra, actually want? And the day I did that, I started to realize that, you know what, I spent too many years blaming everyone else for where I am. And it was time for me to make a decision to change my life. It was time for me to take back the control of my life so I can look back later on in the end and say, I am here because I chose to be here. So I needed to change my career because I was totally unfulfilled. I didn't feel like my potential was even being given a chance to come to the surface. I felt stuck. I was always working long hours, 10 hours a day. I spent 2 to 3 hours in traffic, depending on which construction site I was in. I was always wearing a hard hat and steel tip boots. My health was deteriorating. My mental health was deteriorating. My personality was turning into one of those gruff men on a construction site. And I knew that my relationship would turn poorly because of that as well, would be one of the consequences because of that. So I made that decision that it is time for me to change my life, and I did it by doing something completely different. Because if you want different results, then you need to do something different to what you're doing right now. And it was very scary for me to make this move, especially since I made a move into the online space and I didn't know anything about it. So I looked for something strategic, I looked for something specific, and when I found it, I knew, even though I felt afraid, my dreams were bigger than those fears, because you can overcome a fear at any point, but you can't get your dreams unless you work for it. So I took that step into the online space. I found a platform that opened the doors to and gave me everything that I needed to succeed in an online business in one space. All of the tools, the techniques, the mentorship, the product. So therefore I didn't need to have any business idea, and all of the training, which means I didn't need to have any business experience either. And with that in hand, it's now 6 years. This month is actually going to be 6 years that I'm doing this business. And have there been difficult days? Yes, because at the end of the day, it's life, right? It's a business. There are ups and downs. But has there been any day that I regretted the decision to walk away from my corporate career? No, because for 10 years I was unfulfilled, and for the 6 years that I've been doing this business, I have changed so much in my life. So many things have changed. I am so proud of myself, firstly, for being here for 6 years. And you know what? I'm helping people from around the world who are unfulfilled employees to do the same, because today is the best day to plant the seeds to your future. And it's a business, so it's going to take some time to turn around and for you to actually start seeing those changes. So today is the best day to start exploring it, so therefore you can start compounding the effects of your efforts that you put in. So if you're interested in changing your life, if you're interested in earning some extra income, setting up passive income, working towards passive income, then this is the right opportunity for you. And if you have no business experience, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, because this is a global opportunity. And of course, your age doesn't matter, right? It's never too late to start. So today is the best day to start. If you want to learn more about this, then send me a message and we can have a little conversation more about it. But I am going to invite you to watch our free workshop, where on there you will learn what it takes to start and set up your own online business, and how we've packaged everything together to help you to minimize the risk, to minimize the amount of money that you need to invest to get this started today. So take a look at it. Head over to my website. You can register at www.kamitrarampasad.com. It's my name.